Hey everybody, I hope you're doing very well. Let's see, there's a hawk right above me. Yeah, nice to see. So going through some stuff right now. I'm gonna cut to the chase real quick after this, but I'm gonna leave a link down below. Life is really tight, having some health issues too, and my son's birthday is coming up, and my daughter's birthday just passed, and I don't have a single thing for them or any way to get anything for them. And like I said, my health is kind of concerning me. And I don't want them to grow up without me. And I know, I wish that was, you can't donate anything for that. But, man, it's crazy. It's crazy when the health starts to go. Everything else seems so trivial. I've always been in pretty good shape, even throughout various trials and tribulations, but man, some stuff just gets a little concerning. I don't want to speak more life into it than it already has. So I'm going to let it be at that. But I guess what I really want to talk about today is what are we going to do? What are we going to do about the fact that nobody can agree on anything anymore? Nobody can agree on what's right and wrong. Nobody can agree on what to do about anything. Nobody can really think about anything deeper than what they're told to think about things. It's gotten so bad that when I speak to anybody that is the older generation that should really have a greater perception, they have none. Or greater perspective, rather. They should be wise, but there's very few people in my life that I can speak to and actually have an intelligent conversation with. I can count them on two hands, and one of them is my 9-year-old son. Okay? There's no reason that a 9-year-old should have a more enlightened intellect than a 50, 60-year-old. That's crazy. It's crazy work. And I'm not trying to say he's some super genius. I'm saying that people are retarded, man. And I think that the fact that people are retarded is really being taken advantage of. How many houses did I just drive by that if they wanted to, they could easily do something about the flock cameras that are popping up in my neighborhood? They could. Nobody cares. Everybody's still so caught up with their 40, 50, 60-hour work week. Man, they're slaves. They are slaves. And here's the thing. We're not going to get the American dream back unless we take it, because that's what the American dream was. We want freedom, so let's fucking take it. We're sick of oppression. Anything can be tolerated. When won't people get that? Anything can be tolerated. Not everything should be. Why would you tolerate working your life away, hours of your life, and having some entity steal it from you? But they don't really steal it from you, do they? They tell you they're going to imprison you if you don't give it to them. And then you give it to them. That's what it is. That's what it is. And then they put some really, well-known examples, like what's his name? The actor. I can't remember his name right now because it doesn't matter, because he's just an actor. That's gonna bug me though. That's gonna bug me. Jamie Foxx. That's his name. Okay, I can stop thinking about that now. But here's the thing. What did he really do? He got money and he didn't share it. Dude, I have every right to keep every dollar that I spent my life working for. Because we need to stop equating taxes to these flimsy little pieces of paper or numbers on a screen, because what it really is, what they do is they separate what it is from what you see it as. What am I trying to say by that? Because that sounded dumb. I'm trying to say, you don't see the money that you pay in taxes as minutes of your life. But that's exactly what it is. Would you really choose to spend your life at the job you work if you didn't get paid for it? Well, think about this. How many hours did you work that went to the government before it went to you? Because you were just there without getting paid for it. Almost half of the time that you spend at your job. Probably over half by the time all of the taxes are added up between housing, property, blah, 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 blah. It's over half go to tax. That means over 50% of the time that you spend at your job is done for free. You're there for free. And you know what they call somebody who goes to a job and works for free? They call him a slave. You're a slave. Sure, they could call you a volunteer, but you're not doing it willingly, are you? You're doing it because you have to. What happens when enough slaves see that they're being, or enough people see that they're being treated like slaves? Then what? Or are there too many people that are just complacent enough and just comfortable enough to look the other way? Because that's what it seems like to me. And back to that health thing, man. We're living in a country that poisons us. I'm outside my local grocery store, and yesterday I made cupcakes with my kids, and I was out of frosting, so I went to get some frosting. There was not one frosting that was real food. I mean, you can say what you want. You can call soybean oil food if you want, but I'm not gonna. That's not food. It was mostly chemicals and fillers. It was all chemicals and fillers. Artificial flavor, artificial everything. The strawberry frosting had the same ingredients as the butter frosting had the same ingredients as the cream cheese frosting, man. It's fucking fake. And then we got people, like, I'm looking at a guy that's probably 350 pounds walking out with an entire cart full of stuff, and he's like 70 years old, hobbling. Man, we're fucking farm animals. Don't you see it? Don't you see it? We're fucking farm animals that get fattened up. It's crazy. It's absolute insanity. That's not the crazy part. Why is this guy coming up to me? He just did a loop-de-loop. up in front of my car. That was weird. We're cattle. We're cattle to them. And it's time we start to realize it. I realize it, man. Like, think about this. I put an entertaining thing on a TV screen for my cat. Like, you know, it's got little mice and squirrels and all of that stuff for him to watch when I go places. It's not real. He thinks it's real to the point where he'll reach behind the screen to try and find the stuff, and he gets really confused. That's confusing. But man, people get just as confused when I point out that things on TV aren't real, like the Pennsylvania thing with Trump, where he got his ear pierced. That was fucking fake, dude. Yeah, I mean, you can say what you want, and I'm not gonna believe you because I know how long it takes wounds to heal. I've, had them. I know what bullets do because I've seen it. I know all of these things, and then the media says, "Oh yeah, that was real." But then why did the Don shut down the investigation? Man, it is all just a performance. It is all just a performance. And the quicker we realize that and realize that this performance, these shadows on the wall of this cave, they are occupying our entire lives. Shadows that once the light goes out, they were never there because they weren't real in the first place. And it's time. It is just time. Guys, I've lived outside before, and I don't mean homeless. I mean I've lived outside. Those are two different things. Homeless is when you need the amenities of a house or the amenities of a city, but lack the resources to get them. That's different from living outside. Living outside is so easy. It's so easy if you have just a little bit of skill and go with enough supplies, man. Yeah, winters suck, but you have all summer to prepare for winter. And then guess what? You have all summer, if you dig enough holes and get enough sawdust, you have ice that'll last all summer long to keep your food cold. The shit works. We don't need this grid. We don't need it. I helped this guy named Stu build an adobe house in Taos, New Mexico, man. It had its own water filtration system. It had everything. It had a well. It was beautiful. I wish I could find Stu because he was probably my first inspiration. We were talking about taxes, and he told me, "No, I haven't paid those in 20 years." And he was like 40. Yeah, I think he was 40 when I knew him 20 years ago. That's crazy. I wonder if he's still around. But yeah, I wonder if he's in prison. Anyway, we don't need this, guys. Everything good that I have in my life has come from interactions with people in real life. I'm sitting at the grocery store about to go in to get my neighbor something, who's then going to give me something that I need. That's how it goes. That's life. This fucking TV world that they've fed us, everything on it is false. Everything on it is false. Everything on it is false. You all have a wonderful day. Donations are appreciated. and go to the betterment of my kids' lives. I have nothing else to spend it on. And that is just my sole goal in life, and that's why I have this channel, is to make my kids' lives better. So check out the links below. Like, subscribe, share, and pardon my dead tooth. You all have a wonderful day.